Yeah, I'm back. It should have worked. I broke my OBS now though. It won't open in full screen, but it gave me the option to double stream and I can see I can at least see chat. Can you still hear the game? Okay, cool. I'll figure out the OBS problem later. Thank you for helping me fix that. Hopefully that means I'm live on YouTube now since I broke my OBS full screen. Okay, cool. Austin's here. What's up, man? Had some technical difficulties. My OBS is acting up. It's still kind of broken, but I got it to let me double stream and I can see chat, so that's gonna have to do for tonight. It's all good. Noble was here, so he helped me figure out that I wasn't live over on YouTube. How are you doing? Will you do me a favor and do the description though? Since it didn't want to work, I haven't I haven't done it. I appreciate you. Yeah, I answered your text unless you sent me a new one. That's what got me thinking that I wasn't live. I shouldn't have. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking too much right this second. The OBS situation's got my two brain cells fighting each other right now. So guess what started tonight? Yep. Double XP, double Gobblegums, double Battle Pass XP. Granted, the only thing that matters for me is the double XP. The double Gobblegums, I guess, because they do carry over to Black Ops 7, but I don't use them in this game. Unless I'm doing like a first time completion of an Easter egg on solo. Just to make it easier when I'm like, don't know what I'm doing, and just to get it knocked out of the way, because I'm not a big Easter egg dude. But also, a leaderboard event. You get points for a bunch of bonus points for completing any of the Easter eggs. Depending on the difficulty of the map, depends on how many points you get. But you also get points for killing enemies, zombies, and the harder difficulty zombies, the more points you get. And since I'm on 451 right now on this map, and then tomorrow we'll finish this map's 500 out, and then start the final map to high round on. Unless somebody gets on and is like speedrunning Easter eggs, I should have no problem at least being top 3, if not number 1 in it. And the only rewards are Gobblegum, so I mean, it's not super, super crazy by any means, but since they carry over to Black Ops 7, might as well get some bonus Gobblegums just from playing the game. I'm kinda hoping at the end of this game's life cycle, double XP becomes just a constant thing. Because like in World War II Zombies, after World War II ended, when the new game came out, I forget what game came out after World War II, but now double XP is a 100% permanent feature in World War II. So when I go back and start playing it to do all the Easter eggs and then start trying to high round it, I'll be leveling up super. Because last time I played it, I was on PlayStation. That was a very long time ago, so I'll be starting back at level 1 fresh account. Alright, brother, must find food. Catch you later. Alright, man, I'll holler at you later. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you have a good night, and hopefully I'll holler at you tomorrow. I know you're going live. If I can, I'll pop into your stream a little bit while I'm doing my shit. You didn't message back, so if you're still here, Noble, I'm sorry. I did answer you. I don't know if I came through or not. Oh, that was a waste of a mutant injection. I can't keep doing that. I'm having salvage problems. I haven't been maintaining or gaining salvage like I was before. Kinda worried about being able to make it 500 with what I got. I should be okay. I just don't like how little amount I have. It's concerning. Because I don't have very many self revives left. If I have to go back to the other strat, it's going to be very, very nerve-wracking at this point. That was a gamble from hell, but I thought I was at the end of the round. Please don't be bugged. Oh, Austin, you still here? I forgot to tell you and all the different shit I've been sending you. They're trying to make it to where mutant injection spamming's not really a thing in Black Ops 7. They're making it harder to get salvage. It doesn't drop as often. So it's going to be harder getting to this point. Of course, you play high enough around, you'll get enough salvage to where you can mutant spam. But once you get to where you can do it, you're not going to be able to sustain it for as long because you can't get the drops. But they're adding a new mutant injection spam. When I get to the next map, you'll see what the disciples look like, and those disciples are what I can turn into. They'll still be this mutant injection, but then there's also going to be the one that turns you into a disciple, so that's kind of... I don't know if it's going to be better yet or not, but I'm definitely going to try it out, see what it's like. And that's super exciting because in Cold War, I bought an operator skin that turns Weaver into a disciple. So I have a red and a purple. I used a purple, but I play as a disciple in Cold War, so it's pretty cool that I'll be able to turn into one in Black Ops 7. Of course, I don't have the abilities in Cold War, it's just an operator skin, but still. It's a really cool enemy type. They were a lot weaker in Cold War than they are in this game, but they were a lot more frequent because they were specials in Cold War and they're elites in this game. They're called Elder Disciples in this one. But they have an interesting mechanic where they don't really come after you, they buff all of the zombies. And then the zombies get more health and deal more damage while they're buffed up by the Disciple. So I'm really intrigued to see how it'll work when you turn into one, but definitely different. might be at the end of the round. Might be risky, but we're at the end of the round. That was a good decision. Bug round. Switch weapons, you piece of shit. You're good. I figured you were doing something. But yeah, Black Ops 7 is going to be a big, massive leap forward from Black Ops 6. I'm really hoping the modifications they made to the zombie speed is going to make it to where I can actually train in high round. That way I've got options. If camping is optimal, I'll do that for like a 999 run, but if training is viable, then I'll do a training high round run as well after I go to whatever I can get to. But I'm super excited. By the time I make it back to West Virginia, I'm gonna get a month worth of being paid without having to work. So that'll be pretty exciting. Be grinding the shit out of the new zombies, figuring out what I like, what I don't, what's optimal, stuff like that. So if I'm not spending time with the family, I'm gonna be getting some big bags under my eyes, some long streams of zombies. I can't wait to play it all, man. It all sounds so good. The Dead Ops arcade, the hard mode, the regular mode, the survival map. And the best part is, we're gonna play Thursday? Damn right. I'm gonna be playing that whole fucking basically week that it's out. Thursday to Wednesday, I'm gonna do nothing but play that new survival map. Of course, the final game will be different than it is in the beta, but still get a real good feel for it. And the best part is, if they brought back save and quit feature for high rounding, is you cannot save and quit multiplayer matches, obviously. So I can be working on high round streams and then still play with you. So like when I have that time off, I can be like grinding high rounds and then still play with you without worrying about if my game crashes, losing my save file and shit. Won't have to be just strictly high rounding because I'm high rounding. I mean, it's that way on this game too, but we've been doing a specific challenge because we don't have a whole lot of time left. Have all the time in the world when Black Ops 7 comes out. I'll revisit this game from time to time, but once I move on to Black Ops 7, I'll probably just play the older games that I'm wanting to high round on and get the super Easter egg rewards on, but I probably won't come back to this one too much. It's a fun game. I've liked it a whole lot, and I haven't really had too many situations where I've been like, I hate this iteration of zombies, but the way the high rounding is, the fact that I'm forced to camp and can't really do anything else just because sustaining training after like round 100 to maybe 200 if you're super good, not being feasible with how fast and aggressive all these zombies are, just doesn't make it feel good, you know what I mean? If if I'm doing something and things go sideways, and I can't like reliably run around the map to save my ass or just run around the map because I want to run around the map, that's a flawed design in the game. And with them focusing that in Black Ops 7 makes me super happy. Because obviously, as you know, training, I mean, camping's been around since the start of Zombies 2, but training has always been like the thing. That's what separates the good players from the bad players in the older games, is whether or not you can move around the map. And it is to a lesser extent in this game too, don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of people can't train around 100 plus like I have, but from playing those games and playing this one, it just doesn't feel as good in Black Ops 6 as it did those older games. Because in those older games, the animation of the zombies running makes them feel super intense and super scary, but you can outrun them 100% of the time without stamina up. Stamina up is just a quality of life feature. In this game, you are not outrunning these zombies without using speed boosts, and that is a very flawed design in my opinion. I'll play as much as you want. Hell yeah, of course. I'm always down to play with you. I've been super excited since we reconnected about zombies to play with you. It's been way too long. Those were always the best times. So does that mean you pre-ordered the game? Because if you didn't pre-order the game, you can't play with me Thursday. Unless the pre-order version is free on Game Pass. The open beta for everybody to play starts on Sunday, but Thursday is only for the people who pre-ordered. Oh my god, that was scary. I thought for sure I was dying right there. I don't know why the animation for the mutant injection took so long. I did look down and notice my armor wasn't taking damage, but that also made me scared that my game was gonna crash. I like how I'm killing all these specials with my black hole grenades and my sword, and they're just not giving me free mutant injection. My RNG is so bad. Oh, I forgot to tell you one last thing I'll bring up about the new game. In this game, it feels like a waste to hit the mystery box. Because your loadout weapon you can just take to the end game, you get a wonder weapon, and that's about it. But when you hit the box in this game, it's super annoying because you get different rarities of weapons, of course. So you can be in the high round and get like a blue gun that comes out. But all the score streaks in the game, plus the wonder weapons that are available, are also in the mystery box. So getting something meaningful out of the mystery box is just so ass in this game, talking about RNG. But in Black Ops 7, they are removing all score streaks out of the box and melee weapons. And then once you get into the higher rounds, it will not drop lower rarity weapons, or at least it said at a much less frequent rate. And the higher the round you go, the higher of a chance you have of pulling a wonder weapon. So the box will actually be viable again. Because the mystery box was always a huge thing in the older games, and there's just no reason to hit it in Black Ops 6. You can get the map's wonder weapon without the box, you can take your loadout weapon to the end game, so there's just zero reason. Oh yeah, that's awesome to hear. And the one thing that I've complained about that they have fixed as well, they changed the exfil system. Honestly, I don't even feel like exfil should be a part of zombies. And it won't be in the cursed mode, but for standard mode, um, since you're in the dark ether was a perfect excuse for them to do away with the helicopter bullshit. They introduced the helicopter in Cold War and brought it back in Black Ops 6. And even though you have a little phase where you have to kill zombies before you can get on the helicopter, people have complained that it doesn't feel like zombies. It feels like it's something straight out of a multiplayer experience or some shit. Why are you waiting underneath of a helicopter for it to come down and pick you up in zombies? In the opening cutscene for Cold War, Samantha Maxis went into a yellow phone booth and called Weaver to get him to do a hit. Oh my god. I don't know why that took so long to activate. Called Weaver to do a hit on Richthofen. And that phone booth, that exact phone booth that she called in, is in the dark ether. and you go into it, you start the exfil, and it's got a little teleporter thing on the top of it. It just teleports you out of the zombies map. So that's kind of nice. And they brought back the old loading into a game screen too. Now for Black Ops 7, when you load into zombies, the screen starts black and then fades into you seeing the map and your character instead of just, oh, you're here. So that's pretty cool. I am glad that in the curse mode, with the old point system and no armor, and all the different talismans to make it harder or easier on yourself, I really like that they took the exfil out of that system. But at least they made the exfil a little bit more zombies related than just getting on a helicopter. Although like I said, I don't feel like it belongs in zombies. The whole point's to go as long as you can go, not go as long as you want, then dip out. God, a bug round. Alright. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. You're excited about the curse mode? Me too. We're not gonna be able to play it as soon as the game launches, though. Treyarch said that there's going to be a very specific requirement that we have to meet to unlock the mode, and then it'll be unlocked forever. They haven't they haven't explained what the requirement is. A lot of people are speculating that it's completing the start map's Easter egg for the first time, which, I mean, that's a reasonable uh, assumption. I'm not too upset at that. I would be okay with it if it was like reach round 100 as well. Instead of doing the Easter egg, get to like a specific high round because it's supposed to be hard mode. But it does make sense because it takes talismans to modify the game mode, and they have specifically said that talismans are tied to Easter eggs and side Easter eggs. So they're probably right. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But if that's the case, I'm not super mad at it. Definitely give you a reason to grind out the Easter egg when the map releases. Because I'm not the biggest Easter egg guy anyway. I just complete them and then I move on. What do you mean you'd never get it? Round 300? What are you talking about? They said it's probably tied to Easter egg completion, not high round. Which makes sense, because they did say the talismans to modify it you would get from Easter eggs inside Easter eggs. I'm hoping you get at least one of the talismans, though, from reaching round 100, because you always get a calling card for reaching round 100, so that would be a nice way to get one. Get one with the calling card. You said it'd be cool with that being a requirement. No, I said 100, not 300. If I did say 300, I misspoke. I just meant to say 100 because that's what the calling cards are. There's not a calling card for going higher than 100. Ooh, imagine if I got a super epic, super rare talisman for getting to round 999 for the first time. Bro, I'd be grinding that shit so fucking fast. I doubt it. But they might, because it's a very, very, very small community of people who push really high round. But I really doubt it, because they want it to be accessible to people. Unless, like I said, it was just a super rare one for the extra hardcore players. That'd be crazy, though, if you did get a super rare one for completing round 999 that almost nobody would get. I know exactly what I would love, because they said there's good talismans and bad talismans. Imagine if you got a talisman that gave you permanent perkaholic in that game mode for reaching round 999. I know people would complain about it because that would make the hard mode a little bit easier, but I feel like that would be an awesome reward for somebody going that high of a round. Plus, if you got it, there's nothing saying you have to use it. You're not even a hardcore player. You will be. You will be. Don't worry. It's probably tied to the Easter egg. We'll get that completed, no problem. Might take a couple tries, but we'll get it. They're not gonna make it impossible to get, like, some stupid thing like round 300, because then nobody would unlock the mode. And even though they designed it for quote-unquote hardcore players, they still they're gonna want it to be accessible, being a brand new game mode. Might be hard for people who aren't hardcore to get a lot of the talismans, but they're definitely gonna make it to where people can just get in and play it. There's no way they don't. And I can definitely see it being tied to the Easter egg, because they've been pushing these quote-unquote main quests super hard. They even introduced directed mode in Black Ops 6, that caps how high of a round you can get to, shows you exactly how to do the Easter egg. That way people can learn how to do it, and then they can do it in standard mode for the better rewards. So, it probably is tied to the Easter egg, because that's what they've been wanting. They've been wanting more people to complete the main quests on these maps instead of just get in, play for a few rounds, and get out. And they said Easter egg completions have been up like 10% since they introduced directed mode in this game. But I'm not worried. We'll get it. We'll have to do the Easter egg anyway, just to see what it's all about. And since I'll have free time, because once the beta's done, we'll finish up the other map, because by the end of this weekend, we should be at a decently high enough round, probably like 300-ish, if not maybe higher, depending on how much grind time I actually put in this weekend on the final map of my goal here. So we could get in and run an Easter egg or two on here just to give you like a warm-up period for Easter egg. I'd probably have to look up some of the steps again, because I haven't been doing Easter eggs since I completed the new map over a month and a half ago. But it'd be alright. Or worst case scenario, we could just do it on directed mode, so I don't have to look up a guide and then do it on normal mode. Once I get freshened up on the steps. I know how to do Liberty Falls. I know how to do Terminus. And the tomb is relatively straightforward, but as far as Shattered Veil goes, Reckoning, and this map right here, I would have to look up a guide if we didn't do Citadel first, just because I don't remember all the steps. I only remember Terminus so well just because it's like my favorite map, and it's a pretty linear thing. All the steps make sense. It's not super convoluted like some of the other maps. probably shouldn't have used this. I think I'm at the end of the round. Oh well. Too late now. And yep, I'm at the end of the round. Alright. 465. It's not horrible. Call it there for tonight. Make sure it's not a bug round. Yeah, it's not. 1 hour. Um, but yeah, if you're up for that, I'd be more than happy to do that, or just play the game with you, whatever. Once we finish the challenge and the beta closes. Well, once the beta closes, we finish the challenge. I would be surprised if I beat the next map before the beta starts, but you never know. We might. Who knows? Um, but yeah, so to anyone who's been watching the stream, thank you for popping in. I hope that you have enjoyed the stream. I know it wasn't super long. That's okay though. Tomorrow night will be our first long stream of the night. If you're on Twitch, there's a link to my YouTube and my Discord and my YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like before the stream ends. Consider subscribing so you don't miss when any new content or I go live. And there's a link to my Discord and my Twitch and my YouTube channel itself. Feel free to join any of my platforms. I'd love to chat with y'all and potentially play with you once I complete this challenge. Oh, Austin, real quick, if you're still here, I'll go ahead and show you this because, like I said, it won't take too long. Yeah, cool. We only have 35 rounds left. You're still here, right? If not, that's fine. I'll do this tomorrow. All right. I think he dipped out. So again, to anyone who's been tuned in and watching, thank you. And I hope you all have a good night, good morning, good day, depending on what part of the world that you're in. And I'll hopefully catch you all tomorrow night for our big stream where we'll complete this map and start our final in this challenge of round 500 on every map before Black Ops 7 comes out, which would be Shattered. catch y'all in the next stream.